somewhere in the world. There's a door that appears only at midnight. No house, no walls, just a single door standing alone in the darkness. Anyone who opens it never returns the same. Some people say the door shows your past. Others believe it reveals your future. But the strangest part is this: no one knows who built it, and no one knows who's waiting on the other side. Tonight's story begins with a man who was brave enough, or foolish enough, to open it. The village of Aruna was a quiet place where nothing unusual ever happened. At least, that's what the villagers believed. Every night, when the sun disappeared behind the hills and darkness swallowed the narrow streets, the village watchman began his lonely patrol. His name was Arjun, a man who'd spent years guarding a village that rarely needed guarding. Most nights were the same. The wind moved gently through the trees. Dogs barked in the distance, and the lantern in Arjun's hand flickered like a tiny star in the darkness. But one night, something changed. As Arjun walked along the edge of the forest, he noticed something strange between the trees. At first, he thought it was a shadow. Then he realized it was a door. A tall wooden door stood alone in the middle of the forest. No walls, no house, just a door. Arjun frowned and stepped closer, his lantern casting long trembling shadows across the ground. He was certain that door had never been there before. The wood looked ancient, dark, and worn as if it had been waiting for centuries. Carved symbols covered its surface, symbols Arjun had never seen before. He tried to push it open. It didn't move. Not even a little. He tried pulling it. Still nothing. The door stood perfectly still, as if it refused to acknowledge his existence. Confused and slightly uneasy, Arjun returned to the village. The next night, curiosity pulled him back to the forest. But when he reached the same place, the door was gone. Only empty trees and silent darkness remained. Arjun searched the entire area with his lantern. Nothing. No door. No marks. No footprints. It was as if the forest had swallowed it whole. For several nights, Arjun returned again and again. Sometimes the door appeared, sometimes it didn't. And every time he tried to open it, the result was the same. Locked. Silent. Unmoving. Days turned into weeks, and the strange door became an obsession in Arjun's mind. He began to notice something even stranger. The door only appeared at exactly midnight, not a minute earlier. Not a minute later. One night, determined to uncover its secret, Arjun waited in the forest before midnight. The wind whispered through the leaves. The moon climbed slowly into the sky, and then the clock in the distant temple struck twice. The first bell echoed across the hills, and suddenly, the door appeared, right in front of him, as if it had been drawn into existence by the sound of midnight itself. Arjun felt his heartbeat quicken. He stepped closer. For the first time, the door handle slowly turned on its own. A soft creaking sound echoed through the forest. The door slowly opened. Inside was darkness. Not normal darkness. It felt deeper, endless. Arjun raised his lantern and stepped inside. The moment he crossed the doorway, the forest behind him vanished. He was standing inside a long hallway filled with thousands of doors. Doors on the left, doors on the right, doors stretching endlessly into the distance. Each door looked different. Where some were broken. Some were glowing faintly with strange light. Arjun slowly approached the nearest door and pushed it open. Inside, he saw something impossible. It was his childhood home. His mother was there, cooking dinner, just like she used to many years ago before she passed away. Arjun stepped back, shocked. He closed the door, heart racing. He opened another door. This time, he saw the village. But it was burning. Flames consumed every house. People were running and screaming. Arjun slammed the door shut. Fear crept into his chest. He opened another door. Inside, he saw himself, older, standing in the same forest, looking directly at the mysterious door. Arjun slowly stepped away. A chilling realization began to form in his mind. These doors were not ordinary doors. They were moments, memories, possibilities, past, future, and things that might never happen. Suddenly the hallway began to shake. A deep voice echoed through the endless corridor. Every door must have a keeper. The lantern in Arjun's hand flickered violently. One final door appeared at the end of the hallway. Unlike the others, this one was identical to the door in the forest. Arjun slowly walked toward it. His footsteps echoed in the silent corridor. When he opened the door, he saw the forest again. But something was wrong. Another man stood outside the door, holding a lantern, looking confused, looking curious, looking exactly like Arjun had looked the first night he discovered the door. Arjun suddenly understood. He was no longer the watchman of the village. He had become something else. The door slowly closed behind him. The hallway of endless doors stretched into eternity. And far away in the forest, a lonely watchman saw a strange door appear for the very first time. And somewhere deep inside the endless hallway, Arjun realized he might never leave again. Because every mysterious door needs someone on the other side. Just remember something. If you ever walk through a forest late at night and you see a strange wooden door standing between the trees, do not open Italiano because no one knows what lies behind it. A memory, a future, or a life you can never return from. And if the door slowly opens by itself at midnight, you might think you discover the mystery. But the truth is, the door might have discovered you. And somewhere, deep inside an endless hallway of forgotten doors, a lonely keeper might already be waiting for the next curious soul to take his place. If you enjoy mysterious stories like this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Because tomorrow, a new story will arrive, and the next mystery might be even darker. Until then, sleep carefully tonight.